WHAS 11 Weather First.
Well, snow has returned tonight as temperatures continue to fall. You're looking live from our Metro Cam in Jeffersonville. How much will stick and will we see some more? Hello, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us here on the night team. I'm Alex Dieterer. Meteorologist Alden German is right now tracking the very latest weather pattern. Alden, you predicted this snow would be coming in right about now. How long will it last, and how much do you think that we're going to get?
Well, the accumulation should be relatively light, but some of us could pick up about a quick ½ inch or so, especially where it's a bit colder. So we're centered in here on Metro Louisville, where a good portion of the city is seeing some of that light snowfall at the moment. Also in southern Indiana, Lanesville, Georgetown, the Knobs, and New Albany also seeing that light snow. A bit of a broader view shows this snow band extends a little bit further south, just to the east and south of Hardinsburg and just north of Litchfield, and is continuing to make its way across the region. We could also see a little bit of a second wave moving in here back towards the I-69 corridor, but the other story, and probably the bigger story for us, is going to be that extreme cold. That wind chill advisory has actually been extended until 11 o'clock tomorrow morning for all of our southern Indiana counties and every county in Kentucky that borders the Ohio River. So that does include here at Metro Louisville, Brandenburg, and Hardinsburg. Those wind chill values will be getting as cold as 10 degrees below zero or colder. We're sitting at 27 now, 21 in Mitchell, 23 in Paoli. Our wind is strong enough that it feels like 12 in Paoli and in Seymour at the moment. 17-degree wind chill in Scottsburg and here in Metro Louisville. Not quite as bad to our south, but still something we're going to be keeping a close eye on. We have more chances for snow tomorrow night and Monday too. That Monday snow could be a little bit more impactful for some of us. I'll break down those details ahead, Alex.
Thank you, Alden. And with these freezing temperatures sticking around, we have some advice from local professionals on how to prepare your house for the winter weather. WHAS 11 night team's Connor Steffen and photojournalist Aspen Hester went around Louisville today to bring you ways to stay safe, whether you're at home or on the roads.
As temps drop across Louisville, business is heating up at shops like Oscar's Hardware.
You see people start to ask a lot of questions about what they need to do, what do you have, and the ones that are ahead of the game start buying.
Longtime owner Paul Fusenegger says more often than not during inclement weather conditions, customers come in underprepared.
Always underprepared. Too many procrastinators.
Yeah, and then when it does hit, they panic and forget all their sense.
Mike Cunningham has worked as a plumber with United Mechanical in Louisville for over 40 years and has seen his fair share of winter weather events.
I mean, it's not going to be a forever thing, so don't panic. You don't need to run to the store and get milk and bread and all that.
But he does have this advice for any uneasy homeowners. Take the hose or any attachments off your outside faucet. Make sure to block any incoming air to your pipes. Leave your cabinet doors open to allow heat to travel through. Keep a shop vac handy if you can, and in extremely cold temperatures like we're expecting, keep a small but steady stream of water going through your faucet. And if you find yourself in a hardware store needing to know what to buy,
change your furnace filters, because that's really important. You want your furnace working efficiently.
And on the streets of Louisville,
and the roads are in great condition.
The Metro Snow Team has been preparing for however much snow comes our way, treating thousands of miles of roadway.
That adds up to a total of 2,700 miles, 2 lane miles, meaning, each passing you do, you're hitting two lanes of traffic.
The Metro Snow Team has been out preparing since the fall.
Our preparedness began with the snow team going out doing muck runs, back in October, just to make sure that we're ready for the season.
As the city prepares, the final message tonight: make sure you're just as prepared as the temps drop and snow makes its way to the Metro. In Louisville, Connor Steffen, the WHAS 11 night team, on your side.
And Louisville Metro Animal Services is reminding people to look out for your pets. They're encouraging everyone to bring your pets indoors as the temperatures drop. However, for those pets that do need to be outside, today LMAS passed out free straw to help keep those animals warm.
We know there's people who can't afford to bring their animals inside right now, and this is our way of giving back. This is a way of keeping the animals safe. That's our job, to protect the animals. So we're protecting the animals and helping the citizens out at the same time.
Residents are encouraged to call 502-473-PETS to report animals that are left outdoors without proper shelter. With the expected frigid temperatures, doctors at Norton Healthcare are also warning about the potential for hypothermia. That's when your body loses heat faster than it can produce it, and your temperature drops to 95 degrees or below. Norton doctors say keep the kids inside, but if you have to be outside, then layer up. Make sure to keep your fingers, toes, and ears covered because those get cold first. Norton doctor Mona Lisa Taylor says to keep a watchful eye over the elders in your neighborhood or other people who may need help.
Making sure that your loved ones who are older have good heaters in place, making sure their windows are secured for winter temperatures, making sure that they've got carbon monoxide detectors as well, just in case of that carbon monoxide building up in their living space. That's going to be really important.
If you're concerned about your health this weekend or next, you can check in with your primary care doctor or an urgent care. To stay up to date on all the winter weather hitting our area, make sure you download the WHAS11 app. The app is free to download in your app store. A 4-year-old is now dead after a shooting in the Chickasaw neighborhood. LMPD responded to the shooting just before 4 this afternoon. When officers arrived, they found the 4-year-old had been shot. A route was set up to transport the child to Norton's Children's Hospital, where the child did later die. LMPD's homicide unit is currently investigating, and police say all parties have been accounted for. LMPD is also investigating a deadly shooting at Dosker Manor that happened around 6 this evening. When officers arrived, they found a man who had been shot. He was taken to the hospital where he did later die of his injuries. Anyone with information about this incident is encouraged to call the anonymous tip line at 574-LMPD. Newly appointed attorneys for Richard Allen are asking he be moved to a different facility just months after he was previously moved. Allen is accused of murdering teens Libby German and Abby Williams in Delphi back in 2017. Robert Screeman is appointed as the new attorney for Allen in October. He said when he visited Allen in December at the Wabash Valley Correctional Facility, Allen was locked in a room with a solid iron door. Screeman said he and Allen were forced to communicate through a small hole in that door, and he had to remain at least 6 feet away from the door. Screeman said in 25 years of practicing law, he has never been seen visiting conditions like those he experienced while trying to visit with Richard Allen. He says keeping Allen at the Wabash facility would seriously impact his ability to represent Allen.
What we have here is not just reversing the hood, if you want to call that. It's recognizing that true spirit and dedication led by Dr. Carlton and led by all of you here can overcome anything.
Today, we lost legendary public servant J. Michael Brown. The chief of staff at Simon's College dedicated his life and career to engaging the community here in Louisville and throughout the Commonwealth. Brown served in a multitude of roles throughout his career in Kentucky, starting U of L's School of Law graduating in 1979. Brown was elected the first African-American to serve as president of the Louisville Bar Association. He also served as a district judge in Jefferson County, as Deputy Attorney General for Andy Beshear when he was Attorney General, and as the Justice and Public Safety Cabinet Secretary throughout former Governor Steve Beshear's administration. He's been honored by several prominent figures, leaving a huge impact on the Derby City and Commonwealth. We spoke with former Mayor Jerry Abramson about his legacy and the integral role he plays for the community.
Well, I think if you looked up in the dictionary the term public servant, you would find J. Michael Brown's name listed. I mean, I think if there's a message that he sent is that, you know, folks should get engaged in their communities. Folks should see opportunities to work in a collaborative way to make the community, the state, the world a better place. And whenever a civic opportunity arises, a community opportunity, a leadership position arises, J. Michael Brown would advocate for you to get engaged and to participate in making your community a better place.
In a statement, Governor Beshear honored J. Michael Brown, saying in part, quote, "I'm truly hurting over the loss of my longtime friend and advisor. Michael made a positive difference in the lives of so many people, including mine. His guidance and advice were unmatched, and so was his friendship." A new bill is hoping to change the way members are appointed to the Kentucky's Board of Education. Right now, the Board of Education members are appointed by the governor, but a bill filed by Republican Senator Mike Wilson would change that, so they would become elected officials having to run under a party. In a release, Wilson said, quote, each governor since KE-ARA has implemented over 3 decades ago has leveraged, and some might say abused, their gubernatorial power with the Kentucky Board of Education. It's time we return the power to the residents of the Commonwealth, end quote. This week, Governor Beshear was asked about the possibility of electing board members.
A partisan state board of education is a terrible idea. I mean, to inject direct partisanship on how people become a member, to bring them into this craziness that you see in those type of elections right now, when we need them to be nonpartisan, serving each and every one of our kids.
The bill would have 2 board members be elected from each of the state's 7 Supreme Court districts. Lawmakers in Indiana are hoping a new bill will help improve the reading ability of kids in the Hoosier State. Senate Bill 1 would require schools to start checking reading proficiency as early as kindergarten. It would also require schools to give students the iRead test at the end of 2nd grade instead of 3rd grade. Students who pass wouldn't have to take it again, and those who fail would get extra help so they could pass in the 3rd grade. Once in 3rd grade, they'd have 3 chances to pass the test before the school would consider holding them back a grade.
This is not a retention bill. Retention is at the absolute last resort after we've exhausted all other methods to help struggling readers. And with that said, we believe retention is the necessary policy for students who can't read by the end of 3rd grade if they don't qualify for an exemption.
Democratic lawmakers are supportive of addressing student literacy, but are concerned this bill won't give parents a say in what happens to their child.
Last session, we talked a lot about parent rights, especially when it comes to their voices in our education settings, and that is not emphasized in this piece of legislation. Where is the parent voice in what happens with their child's educational journey?
Democratic lawmakers say major changes to policy shouldn't happen until the results can be studied. They're proposing a 5-year commission with the Department of Education to track the progress of education standards already in place.